Good morning, YouTube. So I am in my parents' kitchen right now because I'm staying here a little bit while I'm in between homes. But I've just recently purchased something I think you might find interesting. Now, I'm a coffee lover, and actually that might be too strong a word. No, I really do like coffee, and in the morning it's important. I love to have a good coffee in the morning. But I'm traveling light now. I'm living out of a suitcase. My old Latissimo is not probably going to cut it. Now, I've had this thing for a while now, and it's been fantastic. It's easy to use. It's does both milk and coffee. It's got a water reservoir on the back. It's a great machine, but it's kind of big. So how about something smaller? Enter my brand new purchase. Comes in this bag, and it is the Staresso pump action coffee making. This is it here. Not much to it, right? So let's see what there is. So it comes in this nice little bag. Inside the bag you will get a couple of items. One being this little handy scoop. This is for your fresh coffee if you're going for a bag of coffee and you've got the time and effort and you don't mind making a mess. This is great. But this machine will also take your stock standard Espresso capsules. So all the capsules I still have for this machine still exist in, well, my world of coffee. So the great thing here with this little carry bag, you've got this little, it's a bit cumbersome having this pouch on the side, but it works great. Take your coffee capsule, pop it in here, pop it into the bag, and you've got your capsule nice and tucked away safe. You can actually fit two capsules in there and one next to the handle, no problem. I'll push that aside. Now the things you get in the bag is you get a little packet. As you can see, this has got some extra, that's not very color corrected for that, so let's try again. There we go. There's some O-rings in the bag. They're for the bit on the end, which is the other side of this, which I'll show you in a minute. And you also get this little handy cleaning brush, so if you're using fresh coffee you can clean. Otherwise it also has a pointy end so you can pierce the top of the metal capsules, which is important, which I'll show you in a minute too. So as I said, in the top, if I open this up, this has got an O-ring around the end, and that little O-ring is what comes in the packet. So how does it work? Basically, you put your coffee and your water in, you go pump, and you've got espresso. That's a too long didn't read version, so if you don't want to watch the rest of this, you don't have to. But it comes in two parts. Your glass part here, and your actual espresso maker here. So if we, let's look at the glass first. So this is the glass. This is all this is looking after the glass that it comes with. So you take the top off and you've got access to your glass. I use this as a coaster. You could probably hold it, but I wouldn't recommend it necessarily because it's in there tight, but it's going to slip out. This is your glass, actual glass. Inside here you'll also notice there's a base to it. So this is rubber, and that rubber base just helps protect the bottom of the glass. It makes a perfect little coaster and heat. And there's also rubber on the bottom for this sitting on the tabletop. Yeah, and that just screws on to the top. Just put that over to the side here for now. And this is your main chamber. So inside here, if I take the top off again, this is the bit that makes the pressure. And in here you can see there's a filter, and it's just basically a reservoir. But I will show you just very quickly if I can find it. There we go. Can you see the measurements there? You can kind of see there's some measurements on the side. Those show you where the water goes up to, so you can actually measure out your water precisely if that's what you're looking at. This is silicon, so nice and grippy, and the rest is plastic, a mixture of plastic and then metal on the inside. This end here, there's a little spring mechanism in the middle, and this is what houses your coffee. So you've got a little stainless container thing. I have no idea what they're really called. But you can see in there it's perforated. Can Can you see that with the light? There we go. It's perforated. So that will perforate the top of your coffee capsule, and also as the filter essentially for if you're putting fresh coffee through it, and then you've got the little hole where it comes out. I'll show you in a... Here's a capsule I prepared earlier. See, it's all for comparison. Perforated, not perforated. Pretty obvious. So I'll get rid of that. Throw it in the sink for now. Now I use metal ones quite a bit because I like that I can clean them out, throw the coffee grounds into my garden, and also then recycle the thin aluminium that these are made of. They just go straight in my recycling bin, which is great, and you just pop it straight into here like that. Now it's not going to sit perfectly flat, don't worry about that. There's still a seal. All the water will still have to go through the capsule in order to make coffee. You're not going to get super watery coffee. The other capsule I use is this. Now this one looks like a plasticky capsule. This one's made in Australia, Barista, and they make these from plant-based biodegradable plastics. So this will actually biodegrade. I've thrown these into the compost bin as an experiment to see, and within a couple of weeks they were starting to decompose. So make sure you're environmentally conscious with your capsules is all I have to say about that. Very simple. So once you've got your capsule in here, we're going to need, in this case, so these ones don't need piercing. You're not going to pierce that. These ones, as soon as you put pressure on the top, will squish down and allow the water to flow. But these ones, I have to put 1, 2, 3. Now I don't press too hard, so I don't go through the, as you can see there, don't go through the paper that's on the other side of that. If you do, it's no big deal. It just means a little bit of coffee will leak out the outside. It's not really a problem. This just screws back on, nice and tight, and it just fits in there. Now here's the fun part. So we open up the chamber, we take our jug of boiled water, or our flask if we're traveling, and we just fill that up. Now I tend to fill this up right to the top of that silicone because it always leaves a little bit of water in there when you run out of pressure, and I find that that works better than if I just fill it up to the mark it gives you. But then you just push down and turn halfway, and that'll pop up. And now this is the fun part. So it slowly builds up pressure, and you feel it get tighter right there. See, it's hard to push, and then it'll actually break through. Now this is quite firm to push down. Good workout in the morning to wake you up as well as your coffee. You just keep going. You can see I'm pushing with both hands too. You can push with one hand quite easily like this. It's not a big deal. But you keep going until you run out of pressure. See, it's suddenly easy to push. That tells me that it's done. So if I take that off, there's going to be a little bit of drippage there. Don't worry about that. Put it onto a paper towel or something. I'm just going to lay it down there for the time being. And here, as you can see, is my coffee. And so holding the base, unscrew the top, and beautiful espresso. And that's it. So as you can see, it's not all the way up. If you want this to be more full, you can take the top off, add a little bit more water, probably about to the halfway mark at least, so you can build up the pressure, and pop it back on, continue the pump to fill it up, or you can just top that up with a little bit of hot water if you want as well, as I will do just now to demonstrate. Oops. Let's try not to. That's if you want it full, otherwise it's just a standard espresso shot. Okay, and that's it. There's your coffee. Cleaning it out is pretty easy. You rinse everything. There's dripping coffee everywhere. This one, you just rinse it out with water, dry it out with a paper towel or tea towel or the like. No problems there. And that's that. That's my coffee. I've already made 2 of these now. I'll be bouncing off the wall. Still. Morning, everyone. It's good coffee.